the places nobody goes. I wanna teach all the things that nobody knows. I wanna grow wings, leave the coop, learn to fly. Bungee jump from the tallest building in Dubai. I wanna fly around town in my UFO. I wanna eat real food, not the GMOs. I wanna make moves, call the shots like the boss. I wanna love like I never lost.
Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze is sponsored by Cole Obarts Entertainment, providing amusement, celebration, and distraction since 2013. To find out more, visit us on the web at www.coleobartsent.com.
Welcome back to Desertwood Days. I am so excited for you to meet our next guest. He's an actor in the Arizona community. Let's welcome Mr. Jerome S. Wilson. Hello there, sir.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, good. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank
Such
you
a
for having me.
pleasure. Such a pleasure. Well, Mr. Jerome, you are an actor in the Arizona industry.
Yeah.
I want to ask first, where are you originally from?
I'm from San Jose, California.
Okay. So how long have you been here in Arizona?
Came out here when I was 19, so I'll probably say about 6-7 years now.
Okay. So you're still close enough to go back and forth and visit family.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool. I visited San Jose once. I went out there for a modeling gig some years ago. My first time, it was cold as heck. And we were out there where the hotel I was. There was the light. They had like the light rail. So I got to play on the light rail and take pictures out there. And there was like this cake shop right in front of it. It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was cold, but you couldn't tell I was cold in the pictures because I was having so much fun. But that was my first visit to San Jose.
Yeah, definitely a beautiful place.
Yes, it was. I think that was considered downtown, so it was really pretty. Yeah. So what brought you to Arizona?
Came out here for school originally.
Okay.
Went to ASU and ended up leaving there as soon as I figured that I wanted to pursue acting.
Okay.
Attended an acting class from there, and that's what set me on this whole path.
So that sparked it, was that acting class. What was it about that acting class?
It was more so just because at the time I was chasing, I wanted to be a football player. You know, I could see myself being in the NFL, and I was going to the gym all the time, lifting weights, trying to pick up weight and just be bigger. And then once I kind of understood that my heart wasn't really in it, I was just kind of confused. And then in the acting class, we had a project that we had to do. We had to perform in front of the class.
Okay.
So all you had to do was show who you are without saying anything. So I just got in front of the class. I just sat in my seat and acted as if I was in a car and started dancing. And I was just like, this is just showing who I was. And after that, my teacher was just saying that how I just captured the class and I was just so natural on stage. And that's when it clicked in my head. I was like, oh, dang, I can actually do this. I can probably do this. So then I started pursuing it then.
You didn't drop out of school though, did you?
Oh, I did.
Oh,
yes.
you did?
Yeah, dropped out immediately.
Oh.
So it seemed.
Okay.
It felt like, yeah.
So you, and how long ago was that?
That was about, I want to say about 6 years.
So you've been pursuing acting since then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Well, being someone that's really you're passionate about acting, was there someone that inspired you other than that? Is there an actor that inspires you? If you would say, you know what, I'd love to, that would be me. I like his swag. I like the way he is. I mean, there's just something about that actor. Is there someone out there?
I would say there's multiple actors that kind of inspired me once I was like, oh, I want to do this. For one is the Wayans brothers. I used to watch the Wayans brothers show all the time. Martin Lawrence for sure. And Martin. And
very funny people.
Yes,
very talented people. First off, yes.
Will Smith with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Those were the main people that I looked at. I was like, yeah, I want to be in film because I've seen how just being on the screen could really affect somebody that's watching you. Just build that connection.
Right. And you know what? I think you mentioned the Wayans. I think they are some very talented people, very creative people that go undervalued in our community, in the film industry. But they have done so much. They've done so much without Hollywood. and they've just been so undervalued, but they've given so much to us over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that you mentioned them because you don't hear people talk about them as much as they should. So you've been pursuing this acting thing. You got the bug in college. Your mom probably said, "I didn't send you to college to catch the bug." So tell us about the first project that you got invested in.
This is my very first one. Oh, I remember this one like it was yesterday. It was an actor that I met on set, uh, Chris Browning.
Hmm.
Was it called? It was in a film called The Unhealer.
Oh,
And the only reason I got word about that was because one of my friends was in the acting class and they said they needed extras.
oh,
And
okay.
they're like, hey, you should go to this real fast. And I was like, okay, boom. Went over
Good.
there and got a chance to talk to Chris Browning. And in middle of conversation, like while everything was set up, the director's like saying lights, camera, action. We're in middle conversation. All of a sudden, he just snaps right into character
Mm.
in middle of talking
Right.
to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just so blown back. I was just like, wait, how'd you do that?
Uh,
And then I just wanted to learn that trick.
right.
And I was like, yo, like I want to learn how to just switch, just automatic.
Right.
And crazy enough, I had like a 360 moment where I was at a modeling gig, and one of my friends was there as well. And for those that don't know me, I'm very originally I was very stage fright.
Mm.
So I was nervous and scared. I was afraid to show who I was when the camera's rolling.
Oh.
So this was like one of my first modeling gigs, and all of a sudden, as soon as I got on in front of everybody, and the choreographer,
Choreographer.
choreographer, the choreographer.
That's one of those hard words to say.
Yeah, she was just kind of just like walking me through, and I just felt natural, and I just like got brought into the moment. I was in the moment.
That's wonderful.
And then one of my friends was like, yo, I seen your switch. And I was just
Mhm.
like, oh, dang, that reminded me of my first
Because
gig.
you weren't up in your head thinking about it, you just went with it.
Mhm.
So you got to experience that, and I love the small pieces of experiences that you were going through, because some people try to jump into it too fast and they miss a lot of things. And you were picking up all these little nuggets along the way, which helped you to be where you are today. Because a lot of times people try to bypass all of this. I want to skip this big old chunk of experiences, of trainings, of catching on to those moments of being natural, and they want to just jump into it. But you picked up all of that from what you're saying right there. Now that's taking you to where you are today. I saw you on the big screen in your new film, Bloodlines, the series. Tell us about your role there, sir.
The role I'm playing in The Bloodline, Black, um, definitely familiar with that character, and I felt like I had to do that character justice. It's a character that's been brought up in a rough community, single parent home, didn't have a father figure in his life. So then he turned to people that was around him, his environment, the older people around him, and they kind of took him under their wing, and he just learned from them. And it was just more so giving a voice to those that are in those rough situations, and allowing them to be seen as humans, not just thugs and individuals that are making
all those terms that they like to throw at us.
like those making mistakes, and it's just it's a human being that's going through human being experiences.
Right, and they're young humans going through these experiences, and they're having to learn on their own, or from the environment that they're in, or the community that they're in, their surroundings.
Yeah.
So they're having to learn from that. So this guy Black, what is it? What is his role in Bloodlines? Because this is a family type show. When I mean family, it's about family, blood ties, and all those type of things. Correct. So where does Black fit in there?
Well, since his brother died, spoiler alert, in the film, I feel as though his role is to be the father figure since there was no father in the house.
Oh, okay.
So he is providing as much as he can by any means
Oh,
to
okay.
provide for the
Okay.
family,
Okay.
and he results into selling drugs.
Oh, okay.
And since his brother died, it's like an opportunity to kind of just try to get us out of that situation of even being in these kind of situations where
Right.
someone's getting killed,
Right.
and hopefully at some point become legal.
Hmm.
And
Well, I know that your writer director Chris Davian, we've had him on the show as well. He grew up here in Arizona, so and I noticed that this is a Arizona film that he's creating because of the locations, the environment, everything we see is Arizona in this film. So that's what he wants to put out there. That this is about the life in Arizona. It's fictional, but it's real life stories
yes,
also. So, are we're going to talk more about this right after this commercial break, okay? Because I don't want to take up too much time right now, but we'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back to Desertwood Days, and we are here with Mr. Jerome S. Wilson. So, Jerome, we were talking about Bloodline and your role in Bloodline. Um, as far as the character of Black, do you see Black? Do you see that as a character that's doing positive things in our community, or is he really? I don't know if you could even tell this. If he's really, is it really about his family, or is he doing these things because that's what he wants to do?
could be a mixture of both.
Mm.
I would say his motive is family for sure.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't get mixed up in the things that he does. And I honestly don't think he really enjoys what he does.
Okay.
It's more so just making the hard decisions and trying to figure out with the situations that you're in. And obviously, there's always like making a better choice. But
Right. So with films like this, people, I mean, these types of storylines have gone around so many times over the years. People might ask, what makes this one different than the last one with this type of storyline? What is it about Bloodlines that captured you and wanted you to be a part of this?
honestly, I got lucky to even get part of this. I wasn't even looking at the time. I joined a Facebook group.
Okay.
And then I joined the Facebook group, and then Chris Davion reached out to me and was like, hey, looking for an actor. And I was just like, oh, dang, let's see if I can do this right here. That attracted me because I knew exactly who this character was.
Oh, okay.
I knew what he was going through. I understand what he was going through.
Okay.
And, once upon a time, I was around people that were going through maybe similar situations. So it just kind of hit home, and I was just like, maybe this is a good way for me to give them a voice.
Okay. Okay. And is that one of your main objectives here?
To give a voice.
Yes.
For acting and all the roles that I would like to do, yes, I would like to give that voice and speak for people that aren't able to, express themselves.
And I like that, and I ask that too because a lot of times we don't see positive roles that gives a voice for young Black men to act in. I mean, it's usually you the gangbanger, you the killer, you this. I mean, so I like to see that we're seeing more of, even though you still have all of that in this film, but there's also another side to it also, not just this
box.
Yeah, just boxed in on a stereotype that this is what Black men do.
Yeah.
So we're seeing something else. We're seeing the family there. I mean, and this, I don't know if I should, I mean, it's premiered, so I can say.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not the family. That's not the whole family unit. Isn't there? The mom and the dad isn't there. It's the children that's loving and supporting each other, loving on each other, and taking care of each other. So that's a different type of family unit right there that we're seeing that we don't normally see. Usually they show, as a mom, single mom with all the kids and kids running wild, but you guys are showing us something different because there's different types of family units out here. So I like that you guys are showcasing that too.
Yeah, I didn't even look at it that way. But
Yeah,
it is like all the siblings are together.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a way of uniting, even getting even closer. But there
Right.
was a lot of conflict.
Right. So, so you're, where would you like to see, um, Black say? I know there's supposed to be four series, a series four series.
Hmm.
Where would you like to see Black say if he makes it to? Do you think he'll make it to series four?
It could really go multiple ways. It kind of just depends. Obviously it would be like the inevitable of him dying in one of
Mm-hmm.
the chapters of one of the seasons, or yeah, one of the films. Uh, but I think he's actually going to stay alive for quite a bit and just
Mm.
kind of give the audience a better understanding of the
Oh,
character, and maybe you'll see him becoming enlightened and
oh,
start making better decisions and
oh, okay.
wising up to his mistakes. You know.
So, do you, as an actor in this, are you able, or is it open that you're able to give input on any of that yourself?
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to be able to like voice a little bit of what, oh, this is what I think would fit a little bit more, or I don't really see Black saying that or
Uh,
him going down that path.
oh, that's
Um,
good.
yeah, so I'm lucky enough to have a voice
Yes,
in a little bit,
yes. So, as far as the look of Black, were you able to contribute to that also? How Black was to dress and all of those things?
I just went to the like since I'm from Cali, so I just went back to Cali
So that was
kind
your
of culture. Yeah,
you were able to create Black yourself.
yeah, a little bit. Yes, yeah.
Okay, okay. So we're going to get past bloodlines. We've talked a lot about bloodlines. I want to know more about Jerome. Where do you see Jerome say in 5 years? If bloodlines gone, what's next for Jerome?
I'll say Drum in 5 years is a full time actor.
Okay,
Full time. That's something I want to be able to do for the rest of my life.
good for
And,
you.
and even if it's getting paid, like it's not about the money. I just want to be able to express myself and be able to act without having to worry about going to work.
Mm,
And this isn't work to me. This is just
something you're passionate
yeah.
about. I love hearing that. So are you with an agency right
No,
now?
not at the
Is that a
moment.
plan for you?
I'm open to it.
Oh,
I'm lucky enough that all the opportunities that have been being presented to me have been word of
you,
mouth and just running into people randomly. Just getting
okay.
lucky, honestly. Just a lucky.
Well, you know what? I don't know if it's luck. Maybe there's just something about you. You spreading out the right jujus out there, the right energy out there for people.
Mhm.
People want to be around people, good people, and people that's doing things. Or you know what? I think you're just doing the right things out there.
I feel so as well. It's just been what you call luck, God.
Mm,
I don't know. It's just sometimes I'm just in the right place at the right
yeah,
time, and it has to do with energy and being open
right.
to
And
conversation with new
open
people.
and accepting. A
Exactly.
lot of times we're out and we think we're open, but we're closed off.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're closed off. So I like to ask this question, especially when I have young men and there's so many young people that want to be in this industry. What advice would you give to that young, say, Jerome out there that's watching you and would love to do what you do, but don't know how or is afraid to?
If they're afraid to, well, but got me as far as I am now is just getting out of my own way.
Mm,
And I was afraid
mm,
before I dropped out of school, and to pursue this. And my parents didn't know about me dropping out until
oh,
later on. And I told them what I wanted to do, and they weren't so supportive at first
oh,
until they seen the premiere. I'll just say, follow your heart and just
mm.
chase something that you're really passionate about and that you want to do for the rest of your life. And it was my brother. He told me something,
Cause and that could be it might not be acting.
and it doesn't have to be acting.
Right.
My brother told me because he started his own business at one point, and he was saying I was asking him like a bunch of questions. I was like, "Oh, what made you want to do this?" And he was just saying how the fact that he's willing to do it for free.
Mm, I've heard that lots of times. Yes.
So that just kind of just opened
Yeah.
my eyes. It's like, oh, this is something I want to do.
If you can do it for free,
Hmm.
that's a good thing.
But
Yeah.
there's ups and
Yeah.
downs, and
And sometimes it's those things that you do for free, like people that love cooking. They love cooking because it balances them, makes them feel good, but they wouldn't want to work and have to cook for people because it loses something. So I don't know if that's always the best answer either, too.
Yeah.
So, but where can our audience reach you?
They can reach me on Instagram for the most part. Was it Purdue dot Byrome, Byrome, and
What does that stand for?
Productions Byrome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like at some point I would love to write my own scripts and create my own opportunities and
So you
tell
already
stories.
set that out there in the universe that
Yeah.
you're ready to do that also.
I want to be all in with this industry and,
Good for
and
you.
entertainment.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And again, you guys did an amazing job with Bloodlines. The premiere was amazing. I mean, the crowd was on fire. People, I mean, you guys is all dressed in your red and black. You guys are looking great. And I think I recall seeing your mom and dad. You guys taking pictures together. And it is always so amazing to see the family support when you're doing something like that. It is so nice to have family there.
Yeah.
And I think you guys managed to do that.
That's definitely what I learned. Family is irreplaceable.
That's true. Well, thank you for joining us today. It was such a pleasure. And thank you for joining us here today at Desertwood Days. And we'll catch you next time.
Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze was sponsored today by Colobarts Entertainment. Visit them at colobartsent.com.